Hello there, fellow NPCs. I am Scythe, and today we're going to continue to play The Letter. We have just... Ooh, this is getting good now. We have just been talking... Well, we still are. Talking to... Ash and Isabella. Trying to figure out what's going on. And we are just about to find out just how much Ashton actually knows about the hauntings of the Ermengarde mansion. Now, let's see what he has to just tell us. Let's go.
Well, the dreams, they're a lot worse than usual. There's a woman now, ever since we saw that letter. I don't know if it's the same one Isabella talked about. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. I really don't want to go back to sleep sometimes. Last night was the worst.
Ooh, proper actual fucking horror.
Anyway, why are you asking about this?
Rose's death isn't just a coincidence, Zach. It may have something to do with... I may have...
Wait, stop right there for a sec, Bella. I thought you ain't buying this stuff, Ash. Just the other day, you said the exact same thing.
I still don't, but even Rebecca, out of all people, claims there's something. Whatever this is, someone has got to look into it. Everything about this screams shady.
Okay, so he's not convinced yet. So he hasn't... That explains why he isn't all that scared already.
Are you sure you even have the time? Ain't you busy with your current case?
I got taken off that one.
Oh?
You didn't say you were taken off your case.
Does it have to do with the fact that you are being haunted?
I just got the news this morning. Apparently the higher-ups think I'm doing a horrendous job at it. It doesn't matter though. If these two cases are connected like I initially thought, then regardless, I'm on the right track.
What?
Are you sure we should even be doing this?
I'm assuming you're talking about Rebecca... No, not Rebecca. Rose Cooper dying. And the ghost.
Doing what exactly?
There's some place we'll visit after this.
Too vague for comfort, Ash. And please don't tell me you're bringing her with you.
His information comes in the form of a stare, but that alone says all I need to know. What I pointed out gives him a pause, though, and his voice is thick with hesitation when he addresses Isabella.
You know what? Zach's right, Isabella. You don't have to come with me.
It's not myself I'm worried about. It's you. I'll just do this myself, if it'll get you into more trouble with your superiors. At least I can make up an excuse why I need to be there.
What happened to the sound?
Don't be ridiculous. You're not walking in there without me. Besides, I think it's a little too late to back out now. Have you two seen the news this morning?
This morning?
I haven't, actually.
Who else died?
Mama called, and I was busy.
The change in the air around her, while small, cannot have gone unnoticed. And it takes every willpower not to ask. Probably the only thing reigning in my curiosity is the fact that Ash himself haven't brought it up either.
No problem. It should be in the afternoon news as well.
Oh shit! He grabs the remote and cycles through numerous channels until he gets to a news report about another guy who has been found dead in the early hours of the morning today. Man burned after room catches fire. Okay, so I would say we need to find whoever it was that showed this to Rose. And, well, hopefully they are still alive, because if they showed it to 5 different people, then that's good enough. Then they will be alive. Burned alive this time. Oddly, no fire has spread, and whatever damage has been contained within the place the body was found. The room itself, however, has been completely vandalized. Help me. Help me. Help me. Another murder, the authorities claim. Isabella and I know better. None of us shifts even after the report ends. But the room has suddenly felt stifling. Ashton's eyes have gone hooded with what appears to be restrained anger. and the remote in his hands creaks madly under his grip. A stone is back in my stomach. A tiny little thing gripping at my insides, growing with every passing second as the dread sinks in. In the thick of it, Isabella's voice is the only one that breaks the hush. A small, weak thing on its own that wavers unevenly between words, but every syllable heavy with meaning.
This is because of that thing, isn't it? I did this somehow.
When it fades, all that's left in the air is doubt and fear, while all we can do is to cope. This is something I can say to make her feel better. Ooh, reassurance or stay silent. I don't think stay silent will be good, but I'm not sure we can still fix this is necessarily the right answer either.
It ain't too late. We could still fix this. There's 3 of us here.
Isabella gained a lot of plus. Yeah, and Ashton too. Good. This was the right choice. And there's 3 of us here. Yeah, so that's something.
4 if you count Rebecca.
No, she's staying away from this.
She lifts her gaze at me. I steady and shoulders squared as she holds it against the baffled look I give her. Although in the next second, it immediately softens, and it takes me by surprise nevertheless. In those brief moments, it's like I faced a different person.
I don't want to involve her in this any more than I already have. Both of you as well.
I don't think you have a choice, Isabella. Sorry to say it. But not only did you curse her, unfortunately, but she also knows Hana right. So Hana might very well pull her into this as well.
I already said it. That's completely out of the question. Stop asking.
Still in all, that's 2 extra heads who can do the thinking. Between us 3, I'm sure we'll figure something out pretty soon.
Don't make this whole thing sound like it's a piece of cake to deal with.
It ain't. But better than sitting around, yeah? Plan is still a plan.
You're going to shoot yourself in the foot one day with that kind of thinking. We don't even know who's doing this. The last 2 murders might just be similar incidents done by 2 different suspects.
Hasn't stopped you from going after them before. Remember that time when you...
Okay, stop right there. There will be no retelling of that incident today, Z-Man. Or ever.
Keep calling me Z-Man and maybe I will.
Suddenly, Isabella laughs. Though muffled by her hands, it brings light and easy against the thick tension in the room. Still a far cry from the usual cheer she carries, but brings a welcome shift in the otherwise dreary mood.
Thanks, you two.
I'll tell you about it when he's not around.
Give it up, Z-Man. She's not interested.
Oh, she is very interested.
Who says I'm not?
Ash makes a face but chuckles at it just despite himself.
Why am I even friends with you two?
Dude, we're asking the same thing here. And unlike this, most of our worries ebb away, if only for a few moments. They take their leave and we're mere minutes close to sundown. But regardless of the lighter mood, little has been said of their plans. Only vague hints of what they're aiming to do after. While that ain't any of my business to know, something about this whole thing still gnaws at me. A tiny passing thought urges me to do something as well. At this hour, the streets are once again busy with people heading home after a hard day's work. Little of the bustle matters to them as they step out the crowded walkway, however. Ash, especially. There's only his goal in his mind, and I wager there's nothing I can do to stop him at this point. He's probably decided on it long before they made the decision to drop by. But despite this, Isabella lags behind. A worried crease is back on her forehead as she watches Ash leave to get his car.
Something wrong, Bella?
No, actually, can you check on Becca for me after this? I really didn't get the chance to tell her where I'm headed off to. Tell her I'm okay, and no, just that. That's all.
You sure I should skip on that part? If she finds out about this, she'll be angry. I don't really want to deal with angry Rebecca. It gives me a stomachache just thinking about it.
Neither do I, but I'll handle it if she gets mad. Just make sure she's safe and tell her to be careful. You too. Take care of yourself.
Almost abruptly, she pauses, the gaze in her eyes hardening as she lapses into another one of those long, distant silences from earlier. This ain't just because of the whole fiasco with the letter anymore.
I don't want what happened to Rose to happen to you guys as well.
This one cut deeper. Before I can ask about it, Ashton returns, casually swinging his car keys on one hand and gestures at Isabella.
Come on, we don't have much time. Shirley's waiting.
Shirley? Who's Shirley?
Who's sure?
Ha!
Oh, right. Don't answer that.
Oh.
I don't want to hear it, you huge dork.
It's his car.
Says the person who gave her stuffed toys names. Batcat? Really?
It's cute. Yours is just weird.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll see you later, Zach.
She spares me another smile, and as I watch her walk off, only now did it occur to me that none of those she gave today ever did reach her eyes. I make a grab for the back of Ash's parka. He staggers briefly before correcting himself and shooting me a confused stare.
Is she alright?
What? Who's okay?
Isabella. She's been, I don't know, out of it today?
Yeah, well, who wouldn't be?
Did something happen earlier?
The scowl on his face says it all.
She's actually been like that this morning. I'll ask, but...
Just do me a favor and watch over her. We have no idea what we're dealing with. I don't know what happened to her since the last time I saw her, but from how she's been doing today, whatever it is, seems like a pretty big deal. Wait, you didn't annoy her again, did you? Because I swear to God, if you did, you've got another thing coming for you.
What? No. Why would I?
Oh, he feels offended by that. Good.
I'm just asking. I'll take your word for it. But if you can find out what's bothering her, that'd be nice. Honestly, I don't think it's the letter this time.
I'll see what I can do.
Make sure you keep yourself out of harm's way, alright?
Yeah, you too. Don't do anything reckless again.
Reckless, no. But I can't make you to promise I won't do anything. After seeing that, there's no way in hell I'm going to pretend there ain't a problem when there is. This is a really big one, and I'll be damned if I let anything happen to you guys while I sit here. I'm done running when things get tough.
He's about to argue for a moment, but...
Look, bro, if things ain't good, I'll be the first one out. But allow me this one thing, aight? Just this one time. If it doesn't work out, you'll be the first one to know. You can laugh then, or berate me all you want. But please don't ask me to step aside like I'm incapable of doing anything to help.
I have no idea if it is the look on my face or the tone of my voice. Ultimately, although his mouth presses into a thin line, he nods.
Alright, stay safe, Zach.
Wow, he called me Zach! When he stumbles into the sidewalk and allows the afternoon crowd to swallow him whole, I like to think the tiny gleam in his eyes is the closest we can get to an optimism in this situation. Whether that alone will be enough to give me a peaceful sleep tonight remains to be said. October 30th. This is the furthest we've gotten so far. Now let's see what's happening in the journal. Well, he looks angry, but he looks great in long hair though. I know it's a part of the parka, but it looks like he has long hair. Upon returning to his apartment, Zachary was greeted by Ashton and Isabella. Now suspicious of what was happening, Ashton informed Zach that he and Isabella will try and get to the bottom of this. He also warned Zach to be careful. And then we have this. Right. And nothing here. Night falls, and despite my best attempts, sleep continues to elude me. Please, no more ghosts. I cannot handle any more ghosts right now. With her image still stuck in my head, flashing every few moments, it catches me off guard. with Ma's lullaby still echoing in my ears. No longer the soft tune it once was. And a terrible gnawing at the pit of my stomach. It's no wonder I can't bring myself to drift off, even for a little while. And it's not as if there's a complete lack of things to do while waiting for sleep to come, if it ever will. And at 2:45 in the morning, I find myself cleaning my photography equipment for no other reason than to just pass time. Oh, something's gonna happen. Though, if I am going to be honest, it is not the night terrors that are keeping me wide awake tonight, but the anxiety and the hope I'll hear from Ash or Isabella soon. And for what's perhaps the 42nd time, my eyes shift over to the end of the table where my phone lies still. I've not heard from them since they left. They haven't promised a call, of course, but a small part of me wishes they would have the common sense at the very least. I am pressing enter too soon here! Oh! Waiting is a tough game, with the concern stretching out the minutes far longer than usual. It's impossible for more unpleasant thoughts not to enter my mind. Moreover, it does not help that when the clock finally strikes 3, oh! My hand stills. I hate that they are starting to animate these things. Like when she crawled on your bed and now it was just flashing and I thought we would just be hearing sounds, but no, after a couple of flashes she actually is there. Fucking disgusting shit. It'd be a complete and utter lie to say my heart didn't leap straight out of my throat in that brief second. My whole body has got motionless, ears straining for any further sounds. It's so fucking loud. A couple of 10 seconds pass. Nothing. Of course, with how old the building I'm staying in, power fluctuation ain't anything new. Every now and then, this would happen, leaving a few tenants in a rather bad mood. Nothing unusual anymore after a few years of living here. But this time, the sudden hush brings with it stillness that raised the hair at the back of my neck and set my heart beating hard against my chest. Something reeks in the air, and in an instant, this place is no longer home. It's a prison. Every rational fiber in my being screams at me to leave. I force myself to swallow and keep a clear head as I lay down all my cleaning tools and begin gathering together the rest of the things scattered about on the table. The camera's body, lenses, filters, diffuser, phone, anything my hand could reach, but in the resulting panic, like in the nightmares, it is the scent that reaches me first, a foul putrid smell filling my lungs with a heavy stink of death. My fingers clamp tightly to the camera, holding it closer to my body as if the tiny thing would provide enough protection to whatever is with me in the room. It won't. But it's the only comfort that I have.
Hello?
Oh, don't talk to it!
I know you're in here.
Oh.
What do you want?
Ah! Something moves behind me, a soft scuttling over the walls followed by the squelch and painful creaking of what can only be a rotten flesh and broken bones. Without hesitation, I whirl around. Ah! Don't whirl around! My fingers in camera ready, patiently waiting for another movement. Oh, fuck you!
Leave! Leave now! There's nothing here for you!
There's a brief moment of silence after, and for a short while I think my pleas worked. Then, with no warning, the shuffling resumes, and along with it are the sobs of a woman. Which I thought was... Yeah, which is the servant in Hana's cellar. Oh! You told them... Use space to... Oh, okay, I see. Where the fuck are you? Ah! Fuck you! I can choose to quit. What happens if I quit? Do we simply die? There you are, you fucking bitch! The light flashes fleetingly one last time, allowing me a glimpse of her grotesque, misshapen features before it is once again lost in the darkness. Whose relationship did we advance? Nobody? All of a sudden, her tune changes, no longer a soft cry, but a high-pitched shriek, brimming with pain, grief, and anger. Every ounce of courage I mustered flees from my body at the sound, and the next thing I know, my hand is gripping the knob, and I'm wrenching the door open. Her wails follow me as I flee into the night. Pacing has always been more of Ashen's thing than mine. When I want to think, I sit and let the minutes tick by until an idea comes to mind or my pulse settles down. And yet, dried leaves and twigs crack under my shoes as I make another pass at them. Terror is too mild to describe what this is. There's no way in hell I'm going back. Whatever she is, pleading won't work. The moment we saw that letter, she's been after us.
But I can't run. Not this time.
Nearly 2 hours has gone by since I left the comfort of my room for the solitude of the park. 2 excruciating hours since I started making calls. No one's answering. Not even Rebecca, who has always been kept her phone line open in case other people need her. Or Isabella, who frequently checks her for any messages and readily responds as soon as she can afford. It does not help that Ash hasn't said a word where he went off to as well.
Damn it! I knew I should have asked him before I let him leave.
Knowing him, he can be anywhere. But there's really only one place he'll likely be at this time. The sun has already peaked over the horizon when I make it to the mansion. I have no idea what I'm expecting to see when I got there. There's Ashton, first and foremost. Part of me wishes my assumptions are correct and he's really somewhere close by on a stakeout. But I've never been the lucky sort when it comes to that kind of guessing. And even after I made a round of the immediate vicinity, I could find neither hide nor hair of him. Calling him does no good, considering how awful the signal here is. He can't be too far if he is really here, but if he is, he would have already noticed me by now. Instead, there is only silence. The kind too quiet to find any sort of comfort in. And since it's the 30th, let's see... I guess not there. Yes, Hana called, Rebecca guess. Yes, Hana called. So, Somewhere around here, she almost got killed. Even the trees seems to have fallen asleep with the rest of the mansion, oblivious to what's happening around it. A small island of stillness in the otherwise fast-paced world. No wonder the whole of Anston feels at odds with the rest of Luxburg. While the city is alive, growing every minute, breathing every second, and pulsating with life, the village remains unmoving, unchanged. It's not surprising the legend still lives up to this day, and why she's still here, walking its hallowed halls. And beyond me, the mansion looms ominously. But now ain't the time for fear. Even if Ash is not here, I've still got to let the Wrights know what I've seen, what's in their home. And whatever grievance Ash has with them, doesn't matter. There might be grounds for imprisonment, but they don't deserve a brutal death at the hands of one malicious spirit. And I'm sure Isabella would want the same thing. I head straight for the door without a second thought. It only takes a few rings, the sound loud above the foreboding stillness, before I hear footsteps on the other side.
God and get it! Only a Nazi would knock at such an ungodly hour! Where's that damn butler when I need him?
Well, hello to you too, Luke. Why does he have like... Oh, wow, what could that mean? Is he possessed? Is that what this black shadow is? Before long, the door swings wide open with Mr. Luke Wright standing behind it. Seething would be a complete understatement to describe him. Like this, I got no doubt why Ash would find him a suspect.
You! Again! It's bloody 6 in the morning! What the hell is it now?
Listen, sir, I know this is not a good time.
You bloody damn right it isn't!
Oh, it's not a good time! Did you even check the clock before coming here? I bet you didn't! Unlike you, the ones living in this house need to sleep. Come back when people are actually awake, or I'll call security on you.
Is he this pissy because he is possessed by some spirit? Maybe not the woman, but maybe something else. The one that killed the woman. That is why he's being so horrible. But he also has this kind of shine around him. Kind of like a halo, with like the sun is right above him. So I don't know what to make of this lighting. Before I can get a word in, he slams the door. Okay, the lighting was there all the time. Before I can get a word in, he slams the door to my face and bolts it shut with much finality.
Wait, sir, you gotta hear me out. You're both in danger if you stay in there. Have you seen the news lately? Everything's not a coincidence.
Only silence answers me. Maybe if it was Miss Wright. Oh, who am I kidding? I've already seen the look on her face when I tried before. There are limits to how far a person will believe in you. Oh, she will believe you now. She's been going through some shit. Then again, I didn't believe Isabella when she warned us. And now I'm here, desperately trying to save people even if I'm aware it's completely out of my own capacity to do so. Is this what they call karma? If so, this is one horrible way of turning things around. Taking people's lives, playing with people's fears, making them feel useless.
You're around, ain't you? You here? Inside this house? Listening, watching, or whatever it is that you spirits do? What do you want? You're already dead! Leave us!
Nothing. I don't even know who I'm talking to, or if a sane person is supposed to be doing that. The only thing I got after is a feeling of foolishness washing over me. Or perhaps this is just me losing my mind. Out of other options and any other ideas, I let my hand slide off the door's surface and fall listlessly to my sides. I can go back to Luxborn. Try to find others. Try to get out of this mess with them. Or let them know how much in deep shit we all are. Both sounds good. Either way, my loitering here ain't helping at all. I'll let the quietness calm me for a few more minutes before standing up and heading out to fetch my bike. It's quite the distance to Luxburn, but if I hurry, I'll reach it in maybe... The rustling stops as soon as I turn around and strain my ears for any other movement around me.
Yo, Ash, you there?
No answer. If he is here, and I just missed him earlier. Already my feet are moving in search of him for the second time. It won't hurt to double check. Triple check even. With how big the property is, it can be anywhere. If things ain't so urgent, if they ain't so dire that lives are at stake, I'll probably have just waited for him to show up again.
But damn it! He needs to realize what exactly it is he's dealing with.
This is not just a petty criminal that can simply throw in jail. That is something beyond the authority his police badge could ever give him. The guy needs to stop playing the big damn hero, sit down and chill. My breathing comes in short, shallow rasps by the time I make it back to where I started. Still no sign of him, and I'm beginning to think I'm just wasting my time here. Kylie? Well, that is when I hear it. And recognize the melody in a heartbeat. Ma's favorite song. How the fuck? I listen for a while, trying to gauge where exactly the house is. Exactly from the house it's... Trying to gauge where exactly from the house it's coming from. My feet starts moving before I can stop them. And there, as a circular corner, from a room in the first floor. A single window is open, but I can't make out whoever's inside. However, I'm sure the singing comes from there. Still, why I hear an old tune here of all places, I won't know. It's not an obscure song by all means, but it's pretty rare to find someone who knows this. And for some reason, Death seems to follow this song around. Panic lodges itself at the base of my throat at once. Whoever this humming might be, I don't want to be the pessimist now, but on the off chance that it's Miss Wright.
Shit.
I shouldn't just barge in there. I can't put myself in danger before I can save anyone. Ash will tell me so in the exact same words. Might even write me a dissertation why that is a bad idea if he ain't so lazy. But damn it! Damn it! God damn it! Someone could be in danger. I can hear that this is the haunted voice, but I still think that's the best option. Because last time when we were doing this, I said no, we don't talk to Ash because he won't believe in the supernatural. I was talking directly to someone who couldn't help me. Well, that doesn't make sense for this, but I don't think Ash can help us in this case, so I'm enter the open window. I can search for Ash, but what if it's too late by then? With how big this place is, it can be anywhere. It's very likely by the time we come back, someone's already bit the dust. That, and the cries grows louder against my ear the longer I linger. Almost impossible to ignore, drawing me in like a moth to a flame. For a moment, I let myself shudder, shaking the uneasy feeling on my head. This can't be a good idea, not by a long shot. Still, I got to try. Funnily enough, for a couple as high profile as the Wrights, they don't seem to have any security detail patrolling around. A few guards here and there, sure, but one will expect they'll have more considering the size of the place. It works to my advantage though, and I really can't complain when there's a high chance I might get arrested for what I'm about to do. Luckily, the window's wide enough for me to fit through without making any noise. There's certainly no going back now. Ah, crap, Luke is gonna find me and call the cops. But as soon as I step into the parlor, all of it ceases. Well, I'll find no trace of the woman I heard crying like I'm expecting to. The room is still empty at this time of the morning, and I'm left standing awkwardly in the middle of the hush. Maybe she just hid somewhere.
Hello? Are you here? I heard someone earlier, and I'm here to help.
Hoping for an answer, I let the question hang in the air. But several seconds merely go by without a word, or the slightest movement to indicate there is something in here. There is someone in here. Has been here. The stories I've heard, the things I've seen, it takes effort to keep my brain from going into that line of thought.
I'm not going to hurt you. If you're here, say something.
Nothing. Am I just hearing things? No, I'm pretty sure I heard someone. But with no one responding, I can't help but feel silly like this. And the awareness that I just trespassed the house for nothing because of some voice prickles at me. Suddenly, the silence feels uncomfortable, and a needling inside slowly creeps up my back. I should get out while I can. If it ain't there, it ain't there. I don't spare the room another glance when I walk back the way I came. Out into the window, leave before someone else notices.
I thought I heard a servant moving around here. Turns out it's just a rat scurrying about.
Well, hello, Johans. And what is this weird-ass boss music?
How unpleasant.
Are you actually going to be a badass? My heart shoots up into my throat. I can run. The window is a few steps away. I should be able to escape. And instead, out of some foolish impulse, I turn around. Perhaps it's because the only impression the guy has left me in what few times we met is nothing but unsettling.
This ain't what you think it is.
You're quite the distance from the kitchen, I'm afraid.
Oh, you think I choked her?
Perhaps I should lead you there.
Wait. What?
Someone's in here before me. I wasn't here for what you're thinking. There was sobbing and...
I absolutely hate this music. The first blow knocks the wind out of me, sending me heaving and crumbling to my knees. Tears well up in my eyes as the pain swells when it twists my wrist behind my back.
You've gotta listen to me.
Then again, dirty thieves aren't welcome in my kitchen either.
For a moment, there's only silence, and a sudden piercing ache, this time at the back of my head. The room abruptly tilts on its axis, dimming. On the verge of consciousness, I can only hear the scuffling of foot, the thud of the door being closed, and a woman. Crying. Asking for help. Oh no! I know no more. A terrified Zachary went looking for Ashton in the Ermengarde mansion, but to no avail. He also tried to warn Luke right about the spirit supposedly living in the house, but was simply turned away. After hearing a crying woman, Zachary sneaked into the mansion, but was unfortunately spotted by the Wright's butler. And that is actually where I turn off for today. I am scared as it is enough. I don't want to continue right now. But this is absolutely great, and I absolutely hate taking those photographs of the ghost. But yeah. Oh, it's such a great how far have we gotten into sex story? 34% we have seen. Let's see. Don't know what this was, but we avoided a lot. We did not avoid a lot by that. Ooh, we could have gone through a lot of shit here as well, but we went through a lot of shit here instead. You should go. Common root question. Tell the truth. You should go. Common root. Oh, okay. Wait, no. Here we go. Wow, that's a lot of... Wow, we could have skipped a whole lot here. Jesus. Sex story is long. But okay, so he's going through a lot of shit, but it all depends on what shit he goes through. Wow. Look at it. Oh yeah. We did die here, I guess. QTE, exactly. His QTE was the camera. Or it wasn't. Yes, here it is. So here we could have gone for Ash. And we could end up in... And this is where we are now. We are very... Okay, no, we're very close to the end here. Oh, this is still too many options. So I will be cutting off here, but you see how close we are to Zack's end. And as always, if you want to see more of the things that I've been playing so far, you can find it at the bottom of the screen. And remember, just because you're not the main character doesn't mean you're not important. Goodbye, everyone.